Right now, I just been basically going against screens, and I need to get these tests out of the way. If I get two of them knocked out of the way today, I'm good. So first things first, my name is Kenneth. My company, or Kenneth Bird. Let's start that one again. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We developed the Supreme technology and now the Ambient Light Rejection 15 technology screen paints. This is the color coding or coding technology we've been working on. So today, actually in the evening, I'm going to get the 1000 lumen demonstration out of the way and the 720p. We're just going to run them back and forth through both of them just to get two of those demonstrations knocked out of the way, because tomorrow I have orders to process and to get those ready and tracking numbers to get out. So I got to get that taken care of. So let's get this ultra shortcut demonstration done and completed, so that way we can move on. I've already seen what the screen can do against other screen paints, which is fantastic. Screen paints and projector screens. Screen has amazing ability to be able to pull up insane white levels, which is fantastic. That can actually blend into other screens that are much more lighter than the technology, and also to produce contrast levels that the other screens can't. So I've already covered that already on seeing how the screen sizes up against everything else. Now we have to do an ultra short throw to see how the screen's going to react to ultra short throw projectors. And as I'm seeing right now, it looks quite well. I want to test this out on a 3D projector, but I got to figure out where to get a 3D projector from, and they still make the glasses. I've never done 3D before, so I'm curious how that's going to work out right there. All right, so I'm going to pull a couple of things up on the screen. Let me get my whatchamacallit, so I can document this for test 2 ultra short throw demonstration. All right, and this is on the new ultra bright ambient light rejection 15. Let's get a side angle to make sure this thing is not going dark. So as we can see, we can pull a 190-degree viewing angle right against the screen, and the screen does not become dark. Still maintains an image anywhere in the environment where we're at. So that's very important. Sometimes you can develop a formula. It can look good on a long throw, but the minute you put on a short throw, it can go dark on you. So, it depends on what you're working with. So it came out fantastic. Okay, let's come out of here. I'm just going to pull up some other demonstrations real quick, some blues, whatever I got to do to get this thing up and going.
All right. A single count of murder in the first degree.
We're going to need to hear all that today. See how this is right. We're doing this in 720p. All right, so that's good. Nice, beautiful levels. Look at that. It's beautiful. This might be able to blow through all the tests. Once it gets to ultra short, though, everything else is going to be cakewalk. Distance is going to be no problem for it. It already has a high enough gain, so that's not going to be a problem. So that's perfect. That's good. Picking up the blue levels. All right, let's go over and switch over to some other colors. Let me see what we got here. Ooh, it's a big fish. Let's pull up, clear this out. J&K, a couple other demonstrations. I think I'm going to go with this one. We don't have to run any more tests on the other screens. We already know where the screen stands at, so we're good on that. Now we have to do is run the rest of the test, take it outside. Just got to do that 13 feet. If it doesn't pass the 13 feet, the screen never exists. It's gone. I'm very, very particular about the screens passing their tests. don't think I should have a problem. Okay, that's good. Give me this one.
Muscle milk helps build muscles. With 40 grams of protein and 2 grams of sugar.
For a limited time, get 10 to 20% off everything at Raymore and Flanagan's holiday sale.
Not the wrong projector. And you can see from here how much ambient light is coming up off my overhead light. It's supposed to take in that kind of light, it has to. Still has to maintain an image when all that light is hitting it right there. We'll drop the lumens tomorrow to see exactly what would be the bare minimum of lumens the screen can pick up on, including the cheap knockoff projector. We have to test it on that. I'm curious to see how that one's going to end up. That should be pretty interesting. Okay, happy with that. Let's bring up a snow level. Snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's read up along. Ooh, nice. Very, very nice. Very bright. I see one thing that has to be fixed. Is contrast has to be a little bit darker. Just a little bit. So I have to make this again tomorrow. And I have to make an alter version of it. So I'll paint half and half so I can figure out exactly which one I should change it over to. That way I can see if it's going to affect the white levels, if I alter it just a little bit with the contrast, or if the contrast and the white levels actually play along quite well. Yeah, it's going to have to be done. I need that. As a matter of fact, I should. Since I do have it, I can make it out of my head. I'll make a batch of it now while you guys are watching this so I can figure out exactly. I know you cannot come with me. I need to see. Because it's not enough to wait till tomorrow. I need to see this now. I have to see what would happen. Let me see. Where's information sheet on this? That's what it was. Okay. Let me see what we're getting here. The contrast is good. We could be that better than that. I just want to do this is advance another one. Alright, I had to make a batch real quick. A darker version to see if we tweak the contrast levels. Let's see what happens. I'm waiting for tomorrow. We got it now. Get an idea what I'm working with here.
Say goodbye to the longest year ever.
There's a limit to what even Santa Claus can take.
Alright, let's see what we have here. So now we have a darker version of it. We'll tweak the contrast levels by a little bit. Let's see what we get. A little better. So this one is a little bit darker. One of the codes we're changing it just a little bit. Let's see what would happen if we were to tweak the contrast levels to make them darker. What would happen? Would we still get the same white levels, or would the white levels suffer? So we'll find out in a few minutes what we got. Let's see what we get from here. And keep in mind, usually when we do this stuff, and usually this product, the Extreme Black, had 3 stages of it before we came down to the final stage, which was perfect for it. This may have 4 or 5 stages of it before we can figure out which one we feel that is going to benefit better. The first one was good. So let's see if we can make another version a little bit darker. dry this here? I think we'll dry this here. Let's dry this here. Change it a little bit. Just alter it just a little bit to see what happened. Make it darker. We can maintain the same white levels. If we just change one of the coats and see what happens. snow. Screensaver.
Getting up from YouTube.
Interesting. Starfield. Screensaver.
Getting up from YouTube.
This amazing low prices. Sweaters starting at $65. That's it. You fit the future.
So see, the first one is this one. The second one, we darken the code, which still maintains my interest was if I darkened it, would it affect the white levels? Contrast was bothering me. But it's not affecting. Let me see. Snow screensaver.
Getting up from YouTube.
Just to make sure I see a difference in it all. That is really interesting. Didn't affect it at all. Which means we can darken it. And this may be a path onto a different version of black technology with an extremely high white level. Let me see, let's get to the snow. Okay. Cinema gray is extremely very light screen. Okay. No. The screen was brighter than Cinema Gray. Way, way, way brighter. Still very good. Oh, you kidding me? Let's see. Let me see. Really? That's actually pretty good. It's literally blending into the other screen. Let's bring start field demonstration.
Getting off the new tweet.
I think I just made two versions of it. We'll make one a little darker, silver, and we'll make the other one a version of a lighter version. So we'll make two of them. That's what we do. So what I want to do is I want to actually make two of these. What we're going to do now is we're going to make two of these. We have two different versions of this technology now, just made just by changing one code. Oh, no. You think because one produces a darker image than the other. This is two different versions. This is the technology advanced by just changing the contrast levels, but the white levels still remain the same to be able to blend into the lighter screen, which means instead of having one now, we have two of this version right here. We have a darker version of the gray, and we actually have a lighter version of the gray. And they're both front and rear technology. So we actually got two out of this at the same time. Anything I change in the table of contents when it comes to the technology, if I alter and change, it turns into a completely different formula. It changes into something else, and that changes into something else, and that changes something else. So out of changing the code just a little bit, we got a darker version of it that still produces a high enough white level. Which means if I can figure out how to get that high bright image into that one over there, then we have a 15 version coming up of a black screen that can produce a mighty high white level. But as for this screen right here, there's nothing stopping that screen. You already seen what it did to the competition. It wiped it clean. Now this version right here would be designed for anything darker, because it could pull a higher white level than any dark gray screen. Well, I don't even know what we can call this yet. It's not darker than the Platinum Eclipse, and it's definitely not darker than the Black Cinema, so interesting. So let's go back and let's get a okay, and we need that one right there. So we got two different codes we can use now. This is good. This is really good. And it's actually reacting quite well in ultra short throw. So let's get the skin tones again. Let's get this right here and see how well they blend. Wow. I am definitely impressed. So just by altering and changing it by a bit, we have achieved darker contrast on this screen, but they both produce high bright white levels. So okay, we got a market for 2 of these. No wonder. As I thought. That's right. And even screen, even for dark gray screen, couldn't stand against it. Because the screen's producing too high of a white level. Alright, so I know I was supposed to be doing an ultra short though demonstration, but I actually had an idea on basically changing one of the codes in the screen paint, which now we have a darker version of it that basically is still producing natural colors, natural white levels, and then on top of that, beautiful white levels, and the ability to produce contrast. So this one produces a heavier contrast than that one. So we can have 2 versions of this technology now. So just that experiment, that's Crow's UV mix in the middle of that that darker version of that technology. Its white levels are literally so high that it's actually turning his paint dark. That is quite impressive. But yet it's producing a high enough white level to blend into the silver screen behind it. Which means if we were to coat that and make that into a black formula and basically heighten the white levels, so now we can have a black screen that can produce a white level high enough to be able to blend into a gray screen, a light gray screen. See, this has already started something already. Snow scene. Screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yep. That's Siri. Let's get to the white snow. I'm curious. I want to see this. That's Siri. That is impressive. That screen is much darker than the bright, ultra bright, and it still produces a high enough white level to be able to compete with it, but also in the process of it being so dark, it's taking the UV mix and it turned it dark because it's producing a higher white level than the UV mix. Looks like we just opened up something new, people. We got something new coming. We can basically, now from what I've seen from here and what I can alter and change on this, I can actually reconstruct this code any way I want. I can embed it into anything we have here. Yes. Yes. Yes, to read, buddy. Okay, we got a little bit more testing on this. This right here is going to be something to be working on next. That's how dark that screen was. Oh, yes, this is going to be beautiful. All right, I remember how that code does with that version right there. There are 2 versions of it now. A dark version of it, and we have a silver, very, very high-end gray version of it. Let's see what we got. Okay, this one's going to be test 2. Something else. So, let's just test two. Test two. That's test one. Okay, awesome. All right, I know what I want out of these. These are perfect. All right, I wanted to order 120 and screen it to a half and half. That one came up interesting. They came more interesting than I thought. All right, let's get back with this right here. Finish the rest of these tests on the orchestra throw. The contrast on this is good. Contrast on the other one is more increased. So what we're going to do is we're going to have two versions of that technology. There's no point in basically charging somebody more because the other one's slightly darker. So what we're going to do is when we design the shopping cart, we're going to put it in as a free option because there's no point. There's no point in me going and saying, okay, I'm going to charge you extra because it's darker. They're both the same technology, it's just one's a little darker than the other. So what we'll do is we'll put it in as a free option. So kind of like we're giving it to you for free as a free option. We're still paying for it, but it's an option because we actually could get more for it because it's darker. What we're going to do is we'll put in a free option for that particular one. Because some people want the darker version of it. Keep in mind, if you saw, the white levels don't suffer at all, period. They still maintain. It's just it produces a darker level, which is good. So now we have two versions of it. We're just make a special shopping cart for that one, and we'll have like a free option whether you want the darker version or you basically want the other version. That's what we'll do. And quite frankly, I do not feel like basically designing a whole other shopping cart for that one by itself. So that's why I'll do that too. Let me turn the lights out yet. There you go. I'm curious, looks like the lights out. Excuse me. Wow, that was a big burp. Not bad. So we're going that one? Cool. All right, I'm gonna lights on. I can't see Jack. How do we do this crap with lights out? How do we do that crap? Okay. We need to get JMK. We did that one already. This one's done. Let's do this one again. Let me see on a larger scale.
Where you fall, and
These ones are good.
families are just families. And that's the beauty of it.
Okay. So maintains very good contrast levels. Shrink looks really good on it. Okay, so that's one down. lights open in there. What can we do for one of them went to it. Let's see. Are these over here? That's none of them. Let's see. Okay, that's good. Okay, recap. Ultra short demonstration tests are going quite well. We just developed a new version of the technology, which is actually a darker version of it, which we're probably going to add it onto the website for free. It's going to be a free option. That's something to look at right there. This test sheet is great for something else. Okay, that's good. Snoopy, what's going on?
The average baseball stadium holds about 50,000 people, enough to fill a dance floor the size of a New York City block. It was also the number of people in the U.S. who became HIV positive every year since 2003.
Can't find the remote controls.
Something happened.
Sorry about that. Walk around the house, clean it up. Lost my remote controls.
Enough is enough.
Right.
Instead of waiting for a cure, we took action.
Can't find the remote
We
controls.
got tested and retested. We talked to each other. And we talked to healthcare providers about HIV prevention options. People living with
Sorry about that.
HIV
That commercial's
started
gonna have to
treatment
go
right away
through.
and stuck.
I really don't remember what I just did with the remote controls to this unit, so I don't know what I did with it.
Went down, but we still have work to do.
Whatever. I can't figure out where I put something anyway half the time. Probably upstairs in one of the
We
rooms.
can all help stop the virus. Find out what you can do at helpstopthevirus.com.
Yep, got it.
In a warm, cold winter night with
No, you just leave everything every place. Leave it right in here where it stay. Don't lose it. Let me know for losing my remote controls every day. Monitor it at all because it's doing good, so I don't need to be here. I'll take care of some other business. Oh, incompleted. Okay, good. That's on. Can't test with that on there. They're working on blue. There's blue technology right there. Finally got my screen back the way it was. Bring the computer down here. I shrink the screen to put the computer up here, but no more of that nonsense. Maybe that's a blue screen producing that. Color coding to this, color coding to that. Oh, 720p. Ultra short throw, 720p. Well, at least I know it works on ultra short throw, so that's good. Go here to the angle. Let's pick up no problem. No, turn black. Perfect. All right, well, ultra short throw compatible. Right, 4K color demonstrations. What did I get? Damn it! Excuse me, or French. I get these mixed up. I'm walking around with this one. I picked up this one from back there. Great, wrong control. Right, 4K demonstrations. I hate these things. You can tell one from the other. Let me see. Right, 4K, it says 4K. Bright. Demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
I wonder what that's going to bring up. Alright. Guess this'll work.
Colgate Optic White Overnight Whitening Pen. Removes 15 years of stains in just one.
What I had in mind. colorful, vivid, privet. Seriously? Cancel. I find it myself. They'll never figure it out. There we go. This is what I need. Well, that's disgusting. Ugh. So with this technology, the strong points are supposed to be white levels, or they are white levels. Contrast is producing, but the strong points are supposed to be the white levels. Especially for a screen that's gray, it's supposed to do, it actually is producing higher white levels than the other gray screens. Let me see. It's not giving me what I want. It's something that I need to see, but it's not doing it. Oh, we know what this is going to look like on this thing.
Today started out as the best day of my life. I
Not
got
that.
big, and the next thing I know,
Oh, it's so bright. What I love about this screen is actually darker than the other screens we put up here, except for the DMP Supernova, and it was still able to produce a much brighter level. Wow. The difference, the screen was like a really, really light white color. Okay, then it would have that possibility, but this screen is not white. Be nice. I'm not gonna put it up there. Thought about it, but I'm not gonna do it. Kind of a break for the day. Snow White. Off a medium gray screen. That's amazing. Okay. Basic colors. No, we're not doing that one. We'll do a lights out. I have to do it anyway. Next one we'll do lights out. The freak that got playing on behind me. I'm hearing some kind of cartoon popping off. Oh no, let's get these right here. There's colors and beautiful colors in there. This is what 720p. All right, so real quick, we're gonna have two versions of this technology. One's a darker version, one is the lighter version. We're gonna add in the darker version for free in the shopping cart when you pre-order. When this is ready for pre-order, it's gonna be a free option. So anyone will have it in it. Those of you who want the higher white levels, well actually, it's just gonna give you higher contrast. The white levels are not gonna change at all, period. Which I'll show you the other version of it. This is the darker version of it. That's the darker version of it. That one will be free in the shopping cart, which means there'll be two versions of it. And one goes with the light version, and then there'll be the darker version. If you notice, the darker version, white levels still maintain the same way as the lighter version. The only difference between this one, it can pull a heavier contrast. That's it. But it can still maintain the white levels equal to the lighter screen. Now that one was just made about a half an hour ago. It's basically changing the code in this one and alternate the darker levels to make this screen produce a darker image, but still maintain the white levels at the same time. So instead of you charging you extra because this one's darker, we're just going to put this in the shopping cart as a option, a free option. So you have a choice of which one you may want, this one or that one. And they both have rear technology. Keep in mind, the lighter screen does have amazing contrast capabilities. This one is going to have a slightly darker one. So I'll show you real quick. Star field demonstration.
Do you mean fill time?
No. Screensaver star field.
Do you mean fill time?
No. Screensaver 4K star field.
I found a few skills that might help.
Oh,
Did you
God.
mean star?
No. Starfield screensaver.
I found a few skills that might.
Cancel. Good
I found
God.
a few skills that might help.
I hate freaking artificial technology. AIs are freaking so freaking idiotic. But then again, one day it'll rise up and enslave us. Let's try this one. Starfield. YouTube Starfield.
Getting that from YouTube.
Good God, was it that freaking hard? All right, pull this one.
The Colgate Optic Way Overnight Whitening Pen removes 15 years of stains in just
You can see the two different colors, right? This one can pull a heavier contrast than this one, but they both can maintain the same white levels. Interesting, isn't it? So now, where can I buy? Sorry, dude, I walked away from the screen. I was walking around doing some business. Where can I buy the screen paint? If I didn't put any information in the description box, I did put an email address in there because usually when we do these tests, I don't put anything in there at all. But if you come out of this video and go into any other one videos, you'll be able to see the demo. You'll be able to go in and find our information with no problem. You just got to back out of this video. Just hit any of the other videos and you'll see my information in there. So as you can see, this is the version, we changed it and we just basically altered the black levels. So we altered the black levels to maintain a more darker contrast level, but it still can maintain the same white level to the other screen. So now I think we figured out a way basically on how to heighten a screen no matter how dark it may be. So we'll do another version of this, but we'll make it super dark and we'll see if we can heighten the levels. But that one's just for play, just for fun. We'll do that. I'll do that later on, probably in about 2 or 3 months. I'll do that one. Right now, I need to concentrate on these two right here, because now these two are going to be added to the pre-order list once they pass all the tests. It's already doing ultra short though, so we can just knock them both out at the same time. Or what I could do is I could just paint the screen tomorrow half and half. Just want to have one section this side and one section that side. When they want all at the same time, and we can just knock out both of them at the same time. So as you can see, that one's pulling the contrast levels. White Snowstorm 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
And it has the ability to pull a high white level. So let's get to the snow, so we can see the difference. They're pretty cool, or what? What the heck is going on behind me? Beautiful Women 4K. I forgot to put on YouTube. YouTube Beautiful Women 4K.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ooh, It's a Wonderful Life is on there. Shoot, I gotta go check that out. I'm a big fan of It's a Wonderful Life.
Imagine the places we'll go. Together. Expedia.
Before we get started,
Ah, great. It's one of those. Let's just throw a beach on here real quick. See if there's any change in the darker gray version when it comes to white levels. Well, here we we go. Able to maintain its white level and keep contrast at the same time. So when the paint finally is ready to be for pre-order, we'll put in 2 of them, which means it'll be an option. When you go in to actually put your pre-order in, an option list will come up and it will ask request whether or not you want this one or that one. We don't have a name for that one yet, so the 2 options will pop up. So it'll be a free option on which one you may want. We're not going to charge you extra because it's darker. We're just basically adding it as a free option. Curious, how does this compete to paint? I hate to do this, but it has to be done. Here's the UV mix against the darker screen. So that is the UV mix against the darker screen, the darker version of that technology. Oh, it comes out dark. See? "4K white snowstorm."
Getting that from YouTube.
See, it's got that code in it. That code allows it to be able to heighten its white levels. Doesn't make a difference just because the screen is slightly darker than the other one. Make a difference. You still can't stand up to it. None of the screens will be to stand up to them. Because we figured a way how to basically heighten the code on the white levels now. You know what that means now? That means any dark screen we get, we can heighten the white levels on it now. And this opened up a whole new way of actually constructing screens now. Okay, with that being said, let me get out of here. Tomorrow I have to be back up early in the morning because we have to do the low lumen test, we have to do the distance test, so we have to do both screens at the same time. So that means I have to get up tomorrow morning and I have to paint half of that screen with the darker version of it. So we can do them side by side, so we can do all the tests at the same time. And then that way, that'll give you an idea of what you may want to, what you might be interested in more. The darker version or the lighter version, you know what I mean? All right. That being said, I'm out of here. Thank you all for your time. I have to go, and God bless.